Believe it or not, and contrary to popular belief, Derangerous has a dad. Yes. And he might not like it that I'm going to be using a certain picture of us together. And believe it or not, I'm the crazy one in the picture. Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Talk Anime. Derangerous. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons on the page so, I get attention. And I know I'm not doing this just for the hell of it. Oh, what the hell am I saying? I am doing this for the hell of it. Anyway, while we're talking about dads, we should do a top 10 list. You got it. We're going to count down the top 10 best dads. No, that's boring. The top 10 worst dads. No, it's still boring. I'm going to do this. I don't know.
Why not both?
As you heard, I came up with a brand new idea. Top 10 best and worst dads. It is patented by Derangerous.
Derangerous.
It's patented by me! For this list, we're going to do a good dad and a bad dad. We're going to flip-flop between the two. So, with no further ado, let's dive on in. Number 7. In terms of good dads, we're going to give this one to Shikaku Nara from Naruto, aka the father of Shikamaru Nara. Shikaku is, he's actually a bit of a mystery when you first see him. You think that he's just some alcoholic who just loves hanging out with his friends and getting drunk. But in actuality, Shikaku is super smart and always planning. I guess you could say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But how is he as a dad? He's actually a really great dad. He trained his son in his family techniques. When Shikamaru became a Chunin, he taught him more. He became more involved in his life. I mean, he was lazy, granted, but then again, that whole family is super lazy. But he really cared a lot about Shikamaru. He wanted to see Shikamaru succeed and do well. He was there for Shikamaru. He provided both physical training and emotional support. And right up until that last moment when he died, he let Shikamaru know how he felt. You see, he let him know that he was proud of him. And who wouldn't be? And to have a dad like that supporting you, you gotta be 100% lucky. At number 7, for the worst dad, we have, I really do not like this man. I really don't. Enji Todoroki, also known as the professional hero, Endeavor, okay? Endeavor, he's like the number 1 hero in all of My Hero Academia, okay? He has a super powerful quirk. Being able to, create massive blasts of fire, okay? He's a smart guy. He's a great hero. Just a really shitty person. I mean, yes, he has been getting better, but listen, we here at Let's Talk Anime ain't gonna forget his past, okay? The fact that he just kept having kids so that way he can get the right kid out with a perfect blend of both hot and cold, or the fact that he drove his own wife, aka Shoto's mother, insane, and who can forget his other son, okay? Which we're not going to go into because of spoiler territory. But just know, he left a nasty impression on him too. Now, Endeavor has been getting better as a parent, and he's trying to make amends, but we can't forget that. I mean, yeah, Shoto has the physical scar, but that emotional and psychological scar, that's still gonna be running deep, no matter how much you say you're sorry. Coming in at number 6 in terms of good dads, we're gonna go to the anime of Tiger and Bunny and take a good look at Kotetsu T Kaburagi, aka Wild Tiger. Now, one may assume Kotetsu is a deadbeat dad who doesn't even live close to his daughter, but in actuality, everything he does is really for his daughter. Kotetsu trains, does a whole bunch of heroic acts and tasks so he can protect his daughter, and he lets his daughter know up front that he is doing this for her. One may assume that, oh, she's probably, not okay with it, but as much as she would like to have Kotetsu close to her, she understands and supports Kotetsu doing this. In fact, she actually likes it that Kotetsu is doing this. She can honestly say her dad's a hero. When his daughter is in danger, Kotetsu will do whatever it takes to be there for her and to protect her. Why? Because that's what parents do. At number 6 for bad dads, Vinsmoke Judge from One Piece. Vinsmoke Judge is the father of Sanji, as well as Sanji's other siblings. But what makes him a bad dad is, well, let's look at it like this. He forces his wife to get a special surgery so that way when she has kids, the kids would all be genetic super soldiers who really didn't have any emotions. Wife takes a special drug to counteract it, and thus she has Sanji, the one who is 100% normal. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As a kid, Sanji was constantly picked on by his brothers. His dad was very, very mad that his son wanted to cook because cooking involves serving people, and since his family is royalty, they are above serving people. He just treated Sanji like a lot of shit. The only time he wanted Sanji back was just for political reasons. But other than that, he really did not give that much of a shit about Sanji. Sanji was strong enough to even take out his brothers and even take out his dad if his dad did not fucking cheat. That's the difference between Sanji and Judge. Sanji cares. Sanji values human life. Judge does not give two shits about human life. He cares about his own life and his own political power. Thus, he thinks Sanji is weak. But in actuality, Sanji is strong and such a better person than his own dad. Vinsmoke Judge can suck it. At number 5 for the good dads, Vegeta. Great dad. Really. Better dad than Goku. Look, the man is super prideful. He may go around saying, I'm the first of all Saiyans. He may do his whole, moody, brooding, angsty dad kind of thing. But damn it, he loves his son and daughter, okay? And he will make sacrifices for them. This is the difference between him and Goku, okay? If Goku feels like training, he'll just go tell his wife, hey, I'm gonna go train, see ya. But what about Gohan? Always come to them as danger happens. With Vegeta, he'll go train, and then Bulma will ask him,
hey, why don't we go down to the park or something?
And you know what Vegeta does? He'll go to the park. He'll go to Disneyland. Yes, Vegeta, the big bad, brooding, first of all, prideful Saiyans, will go to Disneyland and he will interact. Now, will he act mean to people? Yes, he will. But why does he do this though? He does this because he loves his family and he loves his kids, okay? And when his daughter was on the verge of being born, he refused to even participate in any kind of fighting because he wanted to be there when his wife gave birth. Vegeta's a good dad, better than Goku. At number 5 for the bad dads, God. Grisha Yeager. Yeah, Grisha Yeager, aka Eren and Zeke Yeager's dad from Attack on Titan, is not really a great guy. I understand what the man went through, okay? He didn't want to keep seeing his people suffer and everything, and it's painful to watch that happen. And you want to do what you can to make sure your people can, be free. And the only problem is he neglected his own son, and because he wasn't there 100% of the time or really, really developed that strong bond with his son sold him out. But that's not the only reason why he made it this far on the list. You see, at one point, Grisha gains the Attack Titan. And a unique thing about the Attack Titan is you get to see into the future of what will happen and everything. Grisha saw what Eren would become, okay? He knew this was gonna happen, but he still went along with it. And yeah, I get it. He, may have had some ways to kind of make sure Eren got kept in line or whatever. Or just hear me out on this. Just hear me out. Maybe, just maybe, you could have gave your Titan to someone more sane. That's an option. That is 100% an option. You didn't have to give it to Eren, okay? You could have gave it to a whole bunch of other people. You had options. That's all I'm saying. You had plenty of options, but instead you chose the dumb one and thought you could try and rectify it while it was happening. Okay? I don't give a crap. You could have fixed that. Grisha, you suck. At number 4, we're going to talk about Ryoji Fujioka. Now, I know I just got done doing an episode on Ouran High School Host Club, but come on, we gotta talk about Ryoji. The guy loves his daughter, okay? He will push himself to the point of breaking just so he can see his daughter do well. When it came to parent-teacher night, he thought that, Haruhi didn't want him to come because she was afraid he was gonna embarrass her. Because, just a brief reminder, Ryoji is a cross-dresser who goes by the name of Ranka. But the only reason why she didn't want him to attend is because he really works very hard at night, and she wanted him to rest and save all of his strength. This is a big deal. And Haruhi wasn't mad. She doesn't even see that he's a bad father. Hell, if he sees another boy maybe, accidentally trip and fall on top of her, yeah, he will come in, question if she's okay while trying to throw the boy through a wall. The man cares about his family and he loves his daughter with a burning passion. So yeah, Ryoji is such a good dad. And Haruhi really does love him. She doesn't even care that he cross-dresses. She accepts him 100%. See? Family. Hey, Dominic Toretto again. At number 4 for worst dads. Okay. At first I was going to go with Jotaro Kujo because he was not really there for Jolene. I mean, seriously, the man was super avoidant. Hell, he was more focused on dolphins than his own daughter. Then I thought, I should go after Jotaro's dad, Sadao. I mean, he's the reason Jotaro's like this, and he's the reason why Jotaro is a non-existent father. But then I thought, nah. Who could be possibly worse than Sadao Kujo? The answer, folks? Dario Brando. He is the father of Dio. The man was an alcoholic, and he was abusive to his own son. As a result, let's look at how Dio turned out. Episode 1, he killed a dog. Okay, already, red flag. He stole the kiss of a girl that Jonathan was in love with. Alright, and he killed Jonathan, cut off his head, and placed his head on Jonathan's body. And since then, he was tormenting Jonathan's entire bloodline from the 1800s to 2011, all because of his shit dad. Folks, this man, he's the reason why we have Dio, okay? Maybe if he showed Dio some love, maybe just a little bit of affection, maybe Dio wouldn't be so bad. But you know what? The old fucker's dead. At number 3, for the good dads, Maze Hughes. Okay, there's not really much for me to say. If you've seen Full Metal Alchemist, we know how much of a great dad Hughes is. The man absolutely fucking loves his daughter. Okay? He's just such a good dad. I mean, he spends so much time with his daughter. He takes pictures with his daughter. Okay? Everything. He just loves to talk about his daughter. Okay? He will use military resources just to tell people, hey everybody, you won't believe what my daughter just did. The man is a great parent. At number 3 for worst dads, Gendo Ikari. Like I said, do I even need to explain him? I mean, do I really need to explain him? The man is an abusive piece of shit who literally did not want to have anything to do with his son until he now needed his son. And then he goes, oh great, now I have to be a dad. Great. One of the worst things I have to do. He doesn't live with his son. He doesn't even really have contact with his son. He'll occasionally go, Churchy. That's the amount of affection he'll give his son. Okay? In fact, this man is willing to cause Armageddon and everything instead of being with his own son. Father of the year, everybody! Father of the year. At number 2, in terms of good dads, we gotta talk about Byakuya Ishigami, okay? From Dr. Stone, aka Senku's dad. Byakuya is, God, he has so much faith in his son. And his son even has so much faith in him. And this is a unique thing about Byakuya. Byakuya adopted Senku. Yeah, Senku's not his biological kid, that's his adopted kid. And even though he was adopted, he still treated him like an actual son, which is what you should do. Like, this is how good of an adopted dad he was. He sold his own car so he can buy him a lab set because he believes in his son's potential. And when he talked about wanting to go to space, Senku helped him train and be, physically fit to be an astronaut, despite being a man in his 40s. The guy is just so good, no doubt about it. At number 2 for worst dads. There's a lot of bad dads, but not a lot of dads would do some of the crazy shit Yujiro Hanma has done. Yujiro has 2 sons, Baki and Jack. Let's talk about Jack for a second. He did some very bad stuff to Jack's mother, and as a result, Jack wants to get revenge on him. Jack trained, worked out, did everything to be as strong, if not stronger, than his own dad. And what did Jack do? Aside from getting parts of his bones broken so they can, be reshapen so he can be taller and bigger, and the fact that Jack does steroids. But what's really bad is what Yujiro did to his own son Baki. You see, he had Baki for one specific reason. He wants someone he can fight. That's what Baki's there for. Baki is just a tool for him. And any way he can try and make Baki suffer, he'll do it. Yujiro literally has no morals. He will just kill just to kill. Why? Because he's Yujiro Hanma. And then it all comes down to who is the number 1 best dad in all of anime. In my perspective. I want to make that clear. My perspective. The best dad has to be Ace's dad. Not Goldie Roger. No. I'm talking about his quote-unquote adopted dad. I'm talking about Edward motherfucking Newgate. Yes, Whitebeard. Whitebeard is the best dad in all of One Piece. Let me tell you why. Whitebeard sees all the members of his crew as his kids, okay? He loves and respects each and every one of them. And when Ace got captured by the Marines, what did he do? When you kidnap one of Whitebeard's kids, you just sign the papers to 100% initiate a war, okay? This man was not afraid to take on the world government. Here's the thing, Whitebeard is supposed to stay in the New World, okay? It's a special part of the Grand Line where the warlords are supposed to reside. When he came out of the New World and into Paradise, that is a massive red flag. That's dangerous. That's extremely dangerous. And the man was not afraid to just wipe out all the Marines. Why? Because they took his son. Even though Ace is not his biological son, he loved Ace like his real son. And he loved all of his crew as his kids. The man really did care. Even while he was old, hooked up to tubes and everything, he was still caring about them all and was not afraid to lay down his own life. The man really did care as a parent. Okay, at number 1 for worst dads, come on, let's be honest. We know where this is leading to. We knew this was going to lead to this. There really isn't anyone as bad as a dad as this guy. Shao Tucker. Come on. Full Metal Alchemist, regardless if it's Brotherhood or the 2003 anime, he is just a terrible parent. You can't go around that. Listen, the difference between Yujiro and Tucker is that Yujiro uses his kids as playthings to push him, to help him get stronger. And honestly, if Baki or Jack were to beat him, he would actually have a tremendous amount of respect for them. Hell, Yujiro even had a moment where he did one thing nice, where he said to Baki,
"That girl of yours, you have my blessing."
And then walks away. Tucker, on the other hand, his wife and his daughter, expendable resources. The fact of the matter is, Shao Tucker, bad dad. So yeah, fun episode of Let's Talk Anime. I'm Derangerous. You like this episode? do me a huge favor. As I said earlier, like, comment, subscribe, and if you're on YouTube, hit the bell icon. You can get notifications for new episodes. Until then, peace out. Oh, and just for the hell of it, another person who's a good dad, Piccolo. You know why. You know why.